Pecans, and pecans once again. What's up, 23% Nation? It's your man, Coach D. Now, ladies and gentlemen, some of you may have an issue with the way I pronounce that word. So it kind of depends on what part of the world you're from, right? So here in South Florida, we say pecans, but I do understand that some other people may say pecans. So whether you want to say pecans or pecans, tomato, it really doesn't matter. So welcome to Nut of the Day, the one and only pecan or pecan. All right. Please listen onward. Why? Because we're about to dive into the wonderful world of the pecan. All right. First up, a little bit of background information. Did you know that the pecan is not technically part of the tree nut family? The pecan is a drupe, defined as a fruit with a single stone or pit surrounded by the husk. That's right. So wait a minute, Coach, do you mean to tell me that pecans really aren't nuts? You mean to tell me that they're fruits? Yes, you're absolutely correct. Those pecan shells you crack open are the husk, and the pecan itself is a soft fruit. Who knew? Throughout the millennia, pecans were an important staple in the Native American food supply. The Native Americans are the ones who taught early colonists how to harvest, utilize, and store pecans as an essential source of nourishment through harsh winters. So there you have it, guys. Native Americans were, as I like to call, selfless when it came to the colonists. How nice of them to share their pecan secrets with the colonists. Amazing. All right, now it's time to dive into a few fun facts. But before we do, take a look at the picture. Are you aware that pecans grow on trees? Well, this is how they look before they ripen, right? So let's dive into the fun facts. Being thoroughly American in heritage, pecans were honored by having April declared as National Pecan Month. That's right. So for those of us who are looking for something to do in April, well, pay homage to pecans. Very simple. Eat them. Okay. Also, especially loved by Texans, since there are more than 70 million wild pecan trees there, the pecan was officially designated the state tree by the Texas legislature in 1919. Wow. So two amazing pecan fun facts. Number one, April is known as National Pecan Month, and Texas, well, the pecan tree is their state tree. So who knew how important pecans were to the month of April and to the state of Texas? All right, now I want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, called the 5-20 rule. Now in previous videos, you probably have heard me mention it, right? But today I want to address it head on. Basically, the 5-20 rule has everything to do with reading and understanding food labels. Basically, it's a guide. It's a guide to let you know whether or not a food item is high or low in any particular nutrient. So, in order to understand the 5-20 rule, you have to go by the percent DV, meaning percent daily value. So, if a food offers anywhere from 0% to 9% DV of any particular nutrient, then it is not a good source of that nutrient. If the daily value is between 10% to 19%, then it is a good source of that particular nutrient. And lastly, if it offers 20% or greater, then it is an excellent source of that particular nutrient. So now that we understand the 5-20 rule, let's now dive into the nutrition facts. And here they are. Okay, so let's first define what a serving of pecans are. 3.5 ounces, that's it. Now some of you are probably wondering, well, how many pecans is that equal to? Well, you can kind of go by this general rule that it's probably going to be anywhere from 10 to maybe 20 pecans. Now let's take a look at the nutrition facts. Calories, 691. Wow. Calories from fat, 602. Okay. Total fat, 72 grams, which is equivalent to 111% daily value. So pecans are an excellent source of fat. Now, saturated fat comes in at a whopping 31%. But here's something that you need to know is that there is a difference between saturated fat that comes from plants versus saturated fat that comes from animals. Pretty much here's the difference. Because, and you can see here in the nutrition facts, that plant foods don't contain cholesterol, the saturated fat that's in the pecans is not going to elevate your blood cholesterol levels. Unfortunately, because the saturated fat in animal products is accompanied by cholesterol, then your cholesterol levels will go up. But when you eat plant saturated fat, forget about it. Now, take a look at sodium. 0% sodium, so that's good, especially if you suffer from high blood pressure. Next up, total carbs, only 14 grams, which is equivalent to 5%. So it is not a good source of carbohydrates. So if you're on a low carb diet, you may want to consider pecans. Also, take a look at dietary fiber. 10 grams, which is equivalent to 40% DV, which makes it an excellent source of fiber. So if your blood cholesterol levels are very high, or maybe you're constipated, okay, please eat more pecans. Next up is protein, offering 9 grams per serving, which is equivalent to 20% DV. So pecans are an excellent source of protein. Now let's take a look at some other vitamins and minerals. Vitamin A, 1%, not a good source. Vitamin C, 2%, not a good source. Calcium, 7%, not a good source. But take a look at iron. 14%, it is a good source of iron. So if you are lacking energy or maybe you're anemic, right, please eat more pecans. Now, let's hop over to vitamin A, 1%, not a good source. Oh, well, we already covered that. Okay, vitamin C, 2%, we've already covered that. Iron and manganese, perfect. But now let's take a look. Well, actually, look at manganese, 245% DV. And that's in a single serving. So it is a super, super, super excellent source of manganese. Copper, 65%, excellent source of copper. Magnesium, 33%. Perfect. Thiamine, 48%, amazing. Now, of course, we have to talk about the phytonutrients, right? In other words, these are the chemicals that are naturally found in plants that do the body good. So when you consume pecans, you're also including sterols, beta carotenes, lutein, and zeaxanthin. That's right. And we're also getting antioxidants such as vitamin E and ellagic acid. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That, or shall I say, those are the nutrient contents of pecans. Okay, now it's time for the health benefits. Now, before we dive into the health benefits, here's something that we have to discuss. It's the principle of cause and effect. Every effect has its cause, and every cause has its effect. There's no such thing as chance, and there's no such thing as luck. In other words, you don't become healthy by being lucky. You become healthy by causing it to happen. So when you eat the pecans, you put all those amazing chemicals in your body and look at the effect or the health benefits. So let's go through them one by one. Pecans, they promote heart health, they maintain high energy levels, they promote effective weight loss, pack high antioxidant levels, reduce inflammation, lowers cholesterol, reduces symptoms of PMS, is linked to breast cancer and osteoporosis prevention, improves brain function, prevents anemia, encourages the growth of healthy hair, and it treats male pattern baldness. So maybe I need to eat more pecans. Okay, so there you have it, guys. Tons and tons and tons of health benefits from the one and only pecan. All right, now it's time for us to go to our website for everything vegan. Say hello to forksoverknives.com. And by the way, don't forget to watch the movie. It's amazing. Now, as always, I went to the website, did a little bit of research, and look what I found. Two amazing vegan pecan dishes. The first one is whole grain stuffing with pecans and currants. And the second one is pumpkin parfait with cashew vanilla cream. Looks amazing, right? So if you are so inclined, please go to the description box and click on the links. That's right, I'm providing you the link to each recipe. Now, once you click on that link, you're going to see the following. They're going to give you the instructions, the ingredient list, and the cooking time. So there's nothing left to chance. All you have to do is follow what's on the site. So there you have it, guys. Not one, but two amazing pecan vegan dishes from forksoverknives.com. All right, 23% Nation, I hear you. A lot of you are saying, well, Coach D, I get it. You want me to eat more pecans. Why? Because they offer so many different nutrients. I now know the background information, right? But what I really want to know is, when should I eat more pecans? Well, guys, the perfect day to eat more pecans is Nature Day. That's right, Nature Day. Now, here's what you need to know about Nature Day. Nature Day is the first day of the 23% challenge. That's right. Now, if you've been living under a rock and you know nothing about the 23% challenge, well, let me help you out. The 23% challenge is a monthly 7-day wellness program that is designed to help improve your health, your wealth, your relationships, and help save planet Earth. That's right. We got to save it. We live here. It's our home. Okay. Now, once again, the challenge is a monthly 7-day program. So here's what you need to know, is that Nature Day is actually the first day of the challenge, which basically means it is the first day of every single month. So whether it's March 1st, April 1st, or even May 1st, it's always Nature Day. All right. Now, because I want you to have a successful Nature Day, I'm going to offer you 3 tips. Well, actually 4 tips. Okay. So here's what you need to understand about Nature Day. Nature Day is the one day that you're going to get closer to nature, not just by going to the beach or laying out under a tree, right? Or taking a nature walk. Instead, let's become closer to nature by simply putting it inside of our bodies. In other words, eat more plants. Okay? Now, in order to facilitate that, here are Coach D's 4 tips. Number 1, go to your local grocery store and do all of your plant food shopping in the produce section. Number 2, go visit a farmer's market. Now, believe it or not, there are tons of advantages to shopping at a farmer's market versus going to your local grocery store, right? Such as less pesticides. Now, the pricing may be a little higher, but because the food is perfectly ripe, it'll actually last you a little longer. Yes. And you're doing something amazing for the environment. So please go check out your local farmer's market. Also, if you don't like to cook, if you don't want to cook, if you don't know how to cook, here's what I suggest, is that while you're inside the grocery store, go to the prepared dishes section of that grocery store and ask them if they have any vegan options, right? Just ask them. They'll let you know whether they do or don't. Now, if they do, then ask for a sample of each one. And chances are, if you like it, then they'll be able to sell it to you in the form by the pound, maybe half a pound. Or if you really, really like it, go ahead and get yourself 2 pounds. And my 4th tip is to go visit a vegan restaurant. Here's what I like to say, a shoemaker to his shoes. In other words, let the experts do the cooking, okay? So visiting a vegan restaurant is always a great experience. Why? Because they know how to cook plant food so that all of the flavors come out naturally. Now, maybe you don't know anything about vegan restaurants. Maybe you don't even know that they exist. Well, Coach D is here to let you know that number 1, they do exist, and number 2, it's easy to find them. All you have to do is a very quick Google search. Just type in vegan restaurants near me, and Google will throw up the results faster than you can blink an eye. Now, here's the thing. If you decide to go to a vegan restaurant, please do two things. Number one, let them know that Coach D sent you. And number two, be sure to order something with pecans. All right, now it's time for our question of the day. And this one comes from yours truly, along with the rest of the 23% nation. We want to know, which pecan recipe do you prefer? Is it the first one, the second one, or maybe, just maybe, you know of a vegan pecan dish that you would like to share with us? So whether you want to take one of mine or use one of yours, then please write your answer in the comment box below. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. As always, let's eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. This is your man, Coach D. Now, before I sign out, I got to ask you to please subscribe and like the video if you love pecans. And don't forget to use our 3-word mantra, #EatMorePlants. As stated earlier, my name is Coach D. I'm signing out, but always remember to take care, God bless, and never ever forget that Coach D loves you.